11-year-old Micah listened intently as his Sabbath school teacher read a mission story about a boy named Chad. Chad lived in Alaska and was excited to go to a Seventh-day Adventist youth camp called Camp Polaris. He loved the many fun activities at camp and meeting new friends. However, one night something scary happened. It was past midnight and the boy's counselor was fast asleep. Chad wished he could sleep too, but the other boys wanted to tell ghost stories. After a while, the boys started to get scared and two of them jumped into Chad's bunk. Chad got his Bible out and began reading to the other boys to help calm them. Seeing they were still afraid, Chad suggested they all go outside. The moon was shining brightly, and they could see the lake and the huge mountains surrounding them. As Chad looked up at the tall mountains, he remembered the Bible story about when Elisha's servant was afraid when they were surrounded by their enemies. Elisha prayed that God would open the eyes of his servant, and God answered his prayer. Suddenly, the servant, saw angels in fiery chariots all around them. As he remembered this story, Chad blurted out to his friends, "You guys, look! Look at the top of the mountains! All the angels are on this mountain!" This brought peace, and the boys went back into their cabin and were soon fast asleep. Micah breathed a sigh of relief as he listened to the end of the story. However, his teacher continued reading. Camp Polaris is really old and worn down now, but I know that people are trying hard to get money to build the camp back up again. God has used that place to help so many people who live here in Alaska. Micah's heart was touched. The 13th Sabbath offering for that quarter was going to help buy new mattresses for the children at Camp Polaris and install showers and restrooms at the camp. He determined to help the children at Camp Polaris by giving to the 13th Sabbath mission offering. Little did he know that just 6 years later, as a 17-year-old student from Oklahoma Academy, he would again have opportunity to help the children of Camp Polaris, this time as a camp counselor. He was placed in charge of 6 boys, ages 10 to 15. He prayed every day for a chance to share Jesus, and during his time at camp, he was able to share his faith, helping a new generation of Alaskan children find Jesus for themselves. Friends, what a privilege it is to encourage even our children to find ways that they too can help lead others to Jesus, their very best friend. Total member involvement. You are never too young or old to be involved because Jesus is coming soon.